This is Journal Strategies by Caitlin Barney. What are journal strategies? Journaling is a CDI strategy. CDI is specially designed academic instruction in English. Journals are a broad topic. They cover all content area. The most popular are language arts and math. Frequently, journaling will take place in a notebook provided to the student by the teacher. However, journaling can be done with handouts provided by the teacher. Journaling is a way for students to express opinions about the content, ask questions, keep notes, or draw pictures and diagrams. Journaling can be done as a whole group or independently. Teachers can provide more structure to the journals by asking students to answer specific questions on certain days. For example, who was your favorite character and why? Or if you're doing this in math, you could ask your students what was the hardest math problem or what are you still struggling with at the end of today's lesson. Here we see some examples of student journals. The top left is a very simple math journal. The student is instructed to add, so it takes two purple, and 4 green, and then adding them on the other side. On the right, we see in a more elaborate math journal, the student is instructed to keep their math notes, draw diagrams and pictures for future study use, and in this journal, they can also ask questions of the teacher. The bottom, we see an English journal. The students would be asked to summarize what they've read, give the teacher their most favorite part, or explain to the teacher why or what they did not like the journal. You can see that the teacher is communicating with the student by the use of the happy face. This is indicating that the student has completed all the tasks and understood the reading. On the right, we see a double entry journal. This would be a worksheet provided to the student by the teacher. On the left-hand side of the worksheet, the student is asked to quote the reading, and on the right side, the student is asked to give thoughts about the quote. All of these concepts will help the teacher assess if the student are understanding the concepts. What are the benefits of journals? All students will benefit from the use of journals. However, journals are especially useful for English language learners. The students can use journals across all subject areas. Journals will decrease the child's anxiety when expressing their ideas or questions about the content. For example, many students, including ELL, will not ask questions within the classroom for fear of embarrassment amongst their peers or looking silly if their peers already know the answer. Journals allow constant communication between student and teacher. For example, when a student asks a question, the teacher can answer it. And if the student still has questions, they can communicate via the journal without anyone else knowing that the ELL or English student has questions. Finally, journals can be used to assess if the child is understanding the content area. This allows the teacher to understand if it is time to move on or if more time needs to be spent in a certain area. And that are CDI strategy journals.